Okay, we have one more for the Beyond Space weekly live summit. We need to purchase the Reventón. We still ain't got enough. We got 1.47. We need 1.54. Okay, okay. All right. We're gonna do another hypercar race. Another one. Okay, let's go. We'll listen to a different station. This is BPM. The song is called Phantoms. Yeah, Phantoms. Don't forget to check out our sponsors. Sponsors. Guys, what if I got sponsors? Who would sponsor me? I need sponsors. That's what it is. Does every streamer have a business? Do they all start an LLC? Is that how you get sponsors? Why doesn't anybody say anything about this stuff? BPM, guys. BPM. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Oh, we're gonna crush 30 seconds. Or 30 seconds. 31 minutes. Oh, come on. My son, whenever he used to have to share with his brother playing video games or something, they'd be like going back and forth. Is it my turn? Can I have a turn? Is it my turn? And my youngest, he was probably like 3 or 4 or something like that. He would come up to me and be like, it would just turn into our oldest, JD McFly's turn. It would just be JD McFly's turn, and then Cars probably would walk up to me and be like, Dad, how many seconds does he have left before it's my turn? He would say, how many seconds? He didn't want minutes. He wouldn't let him have hours, or he said, how many seconds until it's my turn? I'm like, oh shit. He's a genius negotiator. He already knows it's a leading question. He already knows what the answer is he wants. How many seconds? So yeah, that's what that reminded me. How many seconds until it's my turn? I'm like, goddamn. Ugh. Yeah, a lot of the reason I think for my language and the way that I talk in weird ways and stuff, I think it's because just, raising the kids after 15 years, like just having our own kind of like vernacular in the house. We use our own words to describe things, and we say our, like certain words a certain way. A lot of it's just because of that. Like we were developing their language, and they would say cool shit every once in a while, and we play around with that. Yeah. A lot of the grammar and vocabulary I use is because of that, though. I still have that playful spirit, I guess, which I think is a good thing. I think it can be good, but in a way, I think I'm like reintegrating with society sometimes. Because before the internet and all this. Before I had a phone and could really participate in the apps, like I was having problems connecting because I was on I felt like I was like trying to connect in an old way. And so I think that we were suffering the same problem in World of Warcraft. It's like when the OG WoW came out, it used to be like a conversation hub, like Wreck-It Ralph's Surge Protector little like meeting crossroads before you went out into the bigger world or whatever. It used to be the crossroads in WoW. Like that was like a conversation hub for computer people. And I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that until it was already dying off, like at the end of Vanilla and the beginning of Burning Crusade. Around that time, like conversations and social groups were going to like MySpace and other social media websites back then. So like there was still a community in WoW, and there was still like a core remainder even after everybody left. But in a way, like I was just like feeling like, damn, like nobody's connecting anymore. So I just kind of tunnel visioned into the game, and that's what I like enjoyed about the game, is like so much of my energy and resources could be just like spent and fully engaged playing my character in like a competitive setting or in like a raid setting, and I was fascinated with learning all the different classes, because I started learning if I could recognize moves and abilities, then I could counter them. And it's really like a 12 move rock paper scissors, and it's like a real-time strategy board game, like all wrapped into one. Or a turn-based, it's like a turn-based strategy board game, but in real time, played from the first person perspective rather than the overlord looking at the board. So like, I don't know, so many cool things was happening. And then instancing, the way the game instanced different groups of players, like you could have different servers where you don't even see groups of players. So like a lot of cool shit was happening in the online gaming space. And that's just where I'd been living for like the past couple decades. And I think all that stuff's coming out into the world now. Like I think all that stuff that we used to connect and like explore and enjoy doing online back then, we're like in the primordial stages where that's going to start coming out into the 3D. And I think that's where AR and VR start coming into play. And I think if my business does go a certain way, like maybe it's going to be a studio and maybe I'm going to have an AR VR aspect to it. I feel like you could get like I don't know if is it taboo to talk about these things? Like I never hear anybody talk about like business strategy or anything like that. And I've even heard like I shouldn't talk about my own. Right? Is that right? Like, I don't even, because is there some way you can get sabotaged? Like why would anyone sabotage? But I guess, you know, it can happen. But regardless, I can't imagine like owning a business and running a business is much different than having a family and raising children. And even before then, like I've been responsible for millions of dollars worth of equipment before and had to operate with a certain level of clearance. And I'm aware of like operation security, like OPSEC is what we would call it. It's where you don't divulge certain information that would incriminate you or anything like that. But yeah, I'm aware of that stuff. Oh, dude, I guess you could take away what conclusions you want from that. But yeah, I feel like I wouldn't have a problem operating in a business setting. The only thing that would be weird for me is just like talking to people again outside of video games. And I think that's the only thing I got a real rub on, is like I don't really know what I do outside of video games. Like I'd rather just be playing video games. Like those fishermen that have them fishing hats that are like, I would rather be fishing. Like that's me. Like I'd rather be playing video games. And I feel like that's not antisocial, but people think it is, so I think that makes it antisocial. But it could be very social. But I think that's the case too. It's like we're all building our own worlds right now. We're building our own universes, and we have to take into account other people exist too, and we can incorporate them into our worlds, but people's lives are as deep as a whale goes. Like a lot of our interactions, like day to day, don't get very below surface level. I think that's why people are on things like TikTok and stuff, because we want more connection to what's below surface level. Like surface level's fine, like it can give you a clue as to what's below, but it's usually not the end-all be-all, and quite often the opposite. So I think where we can find more places to connect on a deeper level, which is to say like more than a 3D level, like maybe like on a soul level or in a spirit level, like I feel like I get a feel for people's like battle power or like their spirit animal when we're playing a game and they go into their mode and I'm in my mode and there's like this non-verbal going on between the like team. And like I was watching Monster Hunter and I was like, damn, I need to play Monster Hunter if it plays like the movie looks. But I don't think it does. And I played games like Lost Ark and Dauntless, and I don't want to just have another game like that, so I've not got Monster Hunter. But the movie talks about like it's like teamwork, and it's actually opposing teams that come together, because Ung Bak, the level 10 guy, he's like his own clan or something by the time they show up. And somehow like her ability to be a ranger and to run a team and strategize and all this stuff like really helped them kind of like defeat the dragon. But I love that, like when they were training and all this stuff, like that shit's cool to me. Like that's what I hope to achieve. Like I want to get a group, get an A team, get a crew, not like the Die Hard movie where it's like a dank dungeon people are like I want a state-of-the-art facility type shit, you know what I mean? Maybe it has to be away from civilization, like I don't know. Maybe we'd have like the Starlink satellites so we can go up in the mountains, because I think that's what the purpose of that is, right? I hear SpaceX is launching missions like every other week or so, and at first it was like really a big deal, like everybody was cheering and celebrating, but now it's like kind of like they're in the grind releasing them satellites, and it's really like we're establishing the grid, like we're setting up the grid around the whole world so that we can connect wirelessly anywhere. That shit, like when we're untethered, guys, when we become untethered, when the gamer gets free of the FPS lag, whenever it breaks free of the latency, can you imagine? Can you even imagine? It's gonna be like Vanilla WoW, but on the ground surface level in the world. I think it starts out initially with like translations, text pops. If you watch Cyberpunk, right? If you see, I don't know if the anime has it, but in the game, like when someone's talking, if they're even speaking a different language, you get a little chat bubble pop up over their head and it translates. So I think like we remove the barriers for communication, and then like even cooler shit starts happening. But I think it starts out as a utility first, like maybe chat bubbles and translations and stuff popping up in your visual field. Maybe there's an audio element. But then after a while it starts getting deeper, like to where now you can hit little imaginary barrels that aren't really there and they go fly. Or you see little animals running across it, you know what I mean? That'd probably be dangerous if you're driving a car, but like walking around on the street, like you'd probably freak out if you saw imaginary animals going into traffic, so there probably wouldn't be that. But I think you probably still see stuff out in your environment. And maybe even little collectibles, like if you're a brand or something and you're trying to like promote your new shoe or your new fast food product, maybe you leave like a little trail out in the world that people can follow, little GPS cords, and it leads them to your store, your product. Or like something that's hidden out in the trees that gives you a lifetime supply of cheeseburgers. Like, I don't know, some special little swag. Just because you were turned on to the VR, AR aspect of the business's advertising. And then everybody wants one after that. They're like, hold on, this guy got free cheeseburgers for life? Hold on a second. I gotta get me some of those. There's so many ways I think we're gonna see it, and that it can be done, and that I think it happens, or that it's probably already happening. Like, I'm just here in my cave, so what do I know? Rangagang. Drop it. I think the reason why I always play the other music is because I think this music is even DMCA or copyright or whatever. If I recall correctly, I'm not sure. But if it is, I'm just gonna be playing regular music. We'll see after this. We'll see how this video turns out. If anything's muted or if it's like blocked in any country, I'll probably just start listening to my own music. I kind of got some living playlists, like my Spotify playlist and then my YouTube playlist. I think I want to start doing that more. Just like, maybe not every episode, but maybe it'd be cool to do it every. I would like to do it every episode, but I'll probably do like once or twice a week or something, and try to have some without the music, because I don't know what that's gonna mean, like having music videos and music that I don't own playing. Like I know that it just becomes limited to this country, but like I don't know if there's like some drawback or downside to that long term. I just have this sneaking suspicion that it's like one of these labels like I don't know, maybe a couple of these labels might come looking for me, because it'd be like the dollar in the pocket song. Ooh, I got a dollar. This person want to sue me. This person want to shoot me. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I hope not. I hope it's really not like that. If so, guys, why are we making it harder? Why we gotta have 20 different competing companies trying to make the same product? Why can't we combine our forces? Look, here's an idea. I used to watch this show. It was called Captain Planet, guys. They all came together. They were all different races, all different ethnicities, or whatever you want to call it. And they all have each of their own different ring, that when they brought them together, when they all combined them and not worked against each other or used their own ring for their own selfish purpose or whatever, it was only then that they summoned Captain Planet. And then like, whenever you get the captain of the whole planet involved, things start moving a little bit more effectively. You make the Megazord and you're able to take down Emperor Zod or whatever the fuck. Or what was his name? Zed? Was it Zed? Like, no, I think that was the good guy. I forget. But the point is like, what if we didn't waste our resources competing and wasting and upgrading? What if we, maybe that's the system though. I mean, that's probably, that's the engine of innovation. And maybe that's the cost to burn the coal or something. Like, I think it's like, if you give the plants what they crave, like electrolytes, then somehow you might destabilize the economy if you don't, right? I don't know. Let's keep giving the plants what they crave, guys. Just as long as I can still be Gengar. It's got what plants crave. Electrolytes. You can't stop me. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. T-Rex arms, guys. Got the guitar. Oh, the guitar right there. Very different. What you say to me and what you do. Look at that. Three-wheel motion, guys. Three-wheel motion. Oh, yeah. Tell them. Who did it to you? It's a conal flood playing me. Who did it to you? Conal flood. Tell them who did it to you. Meant to be, meant to be, meant to be, playing me like a fool. Have we just got lost trying to find where we're meant to be? Ooh. I don't think I have a car that can run this faster than the creator's Tempesta here. there is a car that can go faster than this car on the straightaway. The Koenigsegg, that one at least, I think it gets close to 300 miles an hour, but its turns, like turning and maneuvering in it, is not fun. Like, it's not as good at that. Look, it's the Wind Palace. Where is the Hilton? Is the Hilton here? This is the Grand Resort Hotel. Is it this way? Is this the Hilton? Would they have the Hilton? Because we'd really be sliving if there was a Hilton over here, guys. That's slay living. That's living, but slaying while you live. Sliving. You know what I mean? We could be really sliving up in LA, Vegas. LA, I'm at LV. Vegas. I don't know. I short-circuited for a second. I was thinking about what it would be like to be sliving right now. Man, it does matter where you stay, guys. It matters where you stay. Okay? It matters. So, I don't know if I'll have to change the amount. I'm going for 1,700. I should probably put a donation goal up somewhere. But, yeah, we're gonna be sliving up in the LV. All up in there at the Hilton. Slivin' Hilton. FanFest. FFXIV FanFest. FanFest. This is like, this has been an odd year. It's weird because I feel like I've been waiting for Dragonflight for a long time, that World of Warcraft. You know, guys, have y'all heard of this game called World of Warcraft? I'm a real big fan of it. I don't know if you've heard of it, but I like sliving in that game. But I've not been playing it this year. I don't know why. I feel like all these other games have so much fun stuff going on. I'm like, I'm really enjoying this. Like, I actually do like just running this race. I would just do this all the time. I would get all the money in this race. But, yeah, I would definitely play WoW. If I had more hours in the day and more stamina in the body, I think that's something I gotta work on. That's kind of why I'm doing these supplements and shit. I'm trying to, like, really start ironing out my diet and my energy and all this. And, I need to make sure I'm still doing my exercises and workouts so I can sit here. I don't know why I had that accent. But yeah, I do want to still be playing way more games, way more often. Because there's so much progress to be made on many fronts where I would very much enjoy, like, being at the end game and having more of the end game gear and objectives and stuff. It's like surfing a wave, though. It's like each next patch cycle, like, because these games that I play, they're living. They're not like some dead game like the Atari or something like that. This is a game that's persistent. It's updating constantly. It doesn't pause. Everybody's still playing even when you're sleeping. And some people are devoting their entire lives to playing these games. And I feel like I'm amongst them. I'm amongst them, proudly even. Because, like, there's some satisfaction you get out of it. There's some satisfaction out of doing something that only a small percentage in the world can actually pull off or achieve. And even though I'm not at the top of the top echelon, I know I could be. Like, I know if you put me in the right place at the right time, with the right group around me in the right time, in the right space. Guys, y'all want to see world first? Y'all want to see world first? Motherfucker, I got a resume that's been up for about 10 years now. Let's go world first. But, like, I don't even know what that means. I know it means, like, a long endurance trial of, like, leveling up and boss pools and, like, whatever annoying things the game's making you do to stay at the top of the top. I know that you can pull early, you can pull often with a low gear set and get the strategy nailed in with wipe after wipe. But after each patch update, you can start to gain a level of power to where those wipes are more and more further in progress. And then you eventually start beating the boss, right? So it's all about getting that churn out, like doing those attempts initially and getting the wipes in under your belt and learning it on hard mode to where, like, as the game ages and lives more, it just becomes easier because patches and updates and gear and power level increasing. People are getting their characters practiced more. But yeah, like, I love that shit. Like, I miss that shit almost. Almost. The only thing I didn't like was, like, waiting. I didn't like the waiting. Like, waiting each next week, or waiting till it was my turn on the raid team, or my turn to DPS even. Like, because I'm a DPS, like, but I've been healing lately. This expansion, this past year or so, I've been healing more. And I'm learning that because I think it's more challenging, rewarding. Like, I don't know. It's different than what I've been doing. And that's the case too. I like to switch it up. I like to do different things. I think neuroplasticity is a thing. But I don't know how neuroplastic it is to come back and do this race. But I feel like I'm improving. Like, something's happening. Something positive. It's positive, guys. Yeah, I think we need more gaming in the world too. Like, I think we need more people that are Ready Player One devoted. These are the pioneers. These are the old. This is the old west, the digital frontier, guys. This online scape. If you ain't online, you ain't what? I don't know where that came from, but the point is like, this stuff doesn't rust, rot, or depreciate. And I would even argue it's like wine. Like, some of it ages like wine. Like a fine wine you could go back and drink one day. I don't know any wines off the top of my head other than empathy wine. I know Gary V's got empathy wine. I don't know the specific types. I'm not much of a drinker myself. Like, I've never really, I think the last time I drank wine, it was in the 2010s, I want to say. I don't think I've had wine since then in a while. And I never really was a big drinker, like, of that. I would drink like a red, like a dark red wine, but it was like store-bought case wine, I think. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just all my experience. And champagne, I think I've had some champagne, but not really. Like, not really that either. I was mostly a beer drinker. And then I do some hard liquors every once in a while. Crown Royal was a favorite. I don't mind whiskeys. I'm okay with whiskeys. I'm not a huge fan, though, like, of hard liquor drinking. Not for any reason, really, other than I'd rather spend my money on video games. I think that's the case. Most things are competing for my attention whenever it's not dealing with video games. Because this is something I'm always going to go back to. This is like, I don't know. My Philosopher's Stone? Is that what this is? I think this whole system I've developed is my Philosopher's Stone. I don't even know if that's using it right, but that's what it feels like. It's like the object that you use to transmute, right? So this is all collectively multiple objects, but it's like really one main, bigger, like, studio, I guess. What if the studio is the Philosopher's Stone, guys? It's the creative process. The stone is the routine, because you become calcified, right? You become like the stone Buddha, or in the vampire stories, like the stone vampire. It's frozen there for tens of thousands of years, like the Queen of the Damned. But you gotta break free of that, like Dragonblight, guys. World of Warcraft, Dragonblight, the stone guys. You get it? You get the stone, right? You become the stone. I am the stone. But I flow like water? I don't know. Here it comes. There. Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. We're okay. Come on. We got 3% and we're at 29 minutes, 55 seconds. I think, yeah, we smashed it. We smashed it this time. Let's see how much lower we can keep it, though. As close to 30 seconds, 30 minutes as possible. How many seconds left of this race? How many seconds left? Come on, go, 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 go. 2% remaining. We're at 15 seconds. So at 2%, how many seconds does it take? 15, this is 10 seconds, 11, 12 seconds. So to go 2% is 12 seconds. We won. We won. Yes. Ranga gang 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 gang. Get out of here, Camaro. Gengar. 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 Alright, we're not going to end yet. Hold on. The reason why we ran it so fast is so we can now go to the live summit. Because that's the whole reason why we're doing this, guys. We still have one more Beyond Space Race live summit. Let's get it going. Live summit. This is the weekly. This is the weekly. We need to buy the reβenton. The reβenton. Ooh, which one? Which one? Which one? Ooh, which one? Which one? Ooh, ooh. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, which one? Red, orange. Ooh, black. Black. Gotta go black. Alright, we got 300k left. That's fine. That's fine. And then this was a what? What type of vehicle? Hypercar? Yes, it's the hypercar. Let's get the parts off of... What did we just race? The Creators Tempesta. Back to the reβenton. Can we customize this? Ooh, we can. Do we? Do we customize it? I wonder if I can make it look like the Clarkson Farm one. I don't know if that was a reβenton though. That's something else I've been watching lately. The Clarkson Farm, Jeremy Clarkson, from Top Gear and Grand Tour. They're doing a season 2 now, so I watched that season 2. I think I still have to finish it. Of the Clarkson Farm. He's got cows now. It's pretty good though. It's pretty good. Let's go that. Let's go this. Ooh, they're letting me put stuff on it. Normally they don't let me customize the Lambos and the Ferraris. All right. Ooh. How do we do it to them? How do we do it to them? Like that? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. How about wow? Wow! We could put the Popo on there. I kind of like the dragon. We'll keep the dragon. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And we could do visual stuff to it if we want. Like that. Man, these are expensive. Okay. Does weight matter? If I go carbon fiber, does that reduce the weight? I don't know. I'm gonna keep those rims. Right there. I don't know if these are different carbon fiber or not. This one looks darker. I guess I'll go with that. I don't want to mess that up. Dished out carbon fiber. Okay. This is carbon fiber, but this is downforce. I wonder if it applies real physics. Like the different parts you put on, I wonder if they apply real physics. Interior platinum. Ooh, look at that. Let's keep it dark like that. Belt. Carbon fiber. Alright. I think we're good now. I think it's ready. Do we change the color? Let's go iridescent. Oh, that looks kind of mean actually. That looks pretty mean. What about the hood? Carbon fiber hood. I like how angular it looks. Let's do that. This the one. This the one right here. He looked like a masked superhero type car or something or another. Alright. I can't believe I recorded that whole thing. I should have probably saved time a little bit. Excuse me, bro. Beyond space. Alright, the Reventón race. Beyond space. Let's go. Let's go. I got some sweat here. Don't worry about that, guys.
Three, two, one.
We gotta change the mood.
Listen
Front
to
to
the
back?
engine.
Yeah, sure.
Say, let's win.
Ew. Doing them dirty with it. Woo! Kind of dark if I'm honest. It's kind of dark. Can't see shit. Damn. Don't do it like that. I say darn it sauce a lot. It's actually tartar sauce from SpongeBob SquarePants. My nephew used to watch SpongeBob a lot, and he would say darn it sauce. Instead of tartar sauce, he would say darn it sauce. So I started saying darn it sauce. It's funny because like he has little things that he would say like that, like little quirky sounds that he would make and stuff. And they're like contagious. Like I would catch myself doing them. Like I'm very much absorb like what people are doing around me. Even if it's like the kids doing like kids stuff. I would find myself doing it like even by myself. And I'd get so frustrated. I'm like, dang it. Like I'd be trying to like not hear it or I don't know. But I find myself like, even growing up, we would do that a lot as kids. Like, and I noticed too when my kids started going to school, it's like they come back with new words all of a sudden and new habits and behaviors and like stuff they pick up from other kids. And you're like, wait, where does this come from? What is this new thing? Yeah, some of that just stuck because it just stayed there that whole time, like darn it sauce. So if I got weird shit I say sometimes like that, that's mainly why. Because in some way, like, my small group or just like the kids I was talking to or something, like, use that type of language. What are we up in the air for? Come on! Go! We can't be hurting the Lambo like that. I don't know if the fact that it has carbon fiber is helping it go fast or not. I like to think that it is, but I don't know how I would actually test that. Speaking of which, thinking of like how I would test it, it'd be cool to have some races with some stock vehicles just to see like what does the New York race look like in a stock vehicle, and then see if I can beat that. Have like successive times where I just try to beat that. I'd probably take all the points out of like all the speed enhancing stuff on my pilot profile, and I'd probably move it to more like things that would benefit any vehicle, like popularity or rich or something like that. But yeah, I think it would be cool to see what kind of races I could run with stock vehicles, or even to, like, if I raced against somebody else, it would be fun to like have a timed race and post like what the lap records are in different stock vehicles. And that's kind of the point too, doing this. Sometimes I'll throw up my own video. I'll race myself. I'll use the same vehicle. I'll put myself up on the side, and then I'll be like, okay, who's gonna win this? I already know, like, if I skip forward, like, what the time's gonna be. But that's kind of the reason why I wanted to have music on the videos as well, is because when I watch the videos back, I have a little soundtrack I can race to or something in the background. And another person I'm racing against. The Elude Stalwart Ghost, if you will. Yeah, reventon. Look at him. Look at him. He's in Las Vegas. Vegas. Or LV. New record. That's right. That's right. Rangigang. Beyond space. Alright, guys. That's 41 minutes. I hope y'all enjoyed that as much as I did. This was a fun weekly live summit. I did a couple of the hypercar races. I'll probably have to do more of them now because we kind of low on funds, but that'll be next time. Next time on Elude Stalwart Vanguard. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Till next time. Peace.